Hey, what's up, guys? Lucky here. I just discovered last night that Chainsaw Man is over. So, I've only watched the animes. I don't like manga. I'm strictly into it. But I thought, let's dig deep a little bit. I saw a thumbnail that and a title that interested my curiosity, and like Curious George, I fucking leaped right into that banana. Let's talk about it. I heard the video. It was disdain. The title was uh fucking something like Chainsaw Man is the worst anime ever, or manga ever, something like that, along those lines. And the finale's really bad, or something like that. So I just did dig deep. I was like, oh, I just saw a Resi arc, like fucking feels like a year ago, probably 4 months ago, in October. So yeah, it's been like half a year. But basically, I was like, we're not gonna get any new content anytime soon. I'm just gonna leap forward. I'm gonna fucking dive deep. It's just like every other anime. I always just skim through. I just block everything else. Hear a little bit of whispers. And just get spoiled a little bit in the comments, which we all hate. We all hate spoilers and manga readers for that reason. But basically, this was really fun for me. I was watching this video or listening to it, and basically it explained the whole ending. So, I'm like, what the fuck? So, this is gonna be a spoiler warning, just letting you guys know. This is a reaction from what happened from a very different point of view from a person who's only watched the first two seasons and the movie. I could be wrong because I just watch it as it comes. So, this is all just very vague in my mind. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. But I'm just gonna rant and talk about, this very different point of view from just manga readers, and if you're an anime fan, might as well just get it spoiled, bro. You're gonna forget by the time this finishes either way. But basically, the last chapter came out, and I believe it was 233. And I heard about the spoils, like Denji. I heard like three, maybe four different points of views of it. One that's okay, one that's fine, one that's good ending, and then one that they hate. They completely fucking hate the author, and they completely hate the manga. But basically, Denji, in a just, very, very minimalistic, just what I first understood of this is, um, Denji basically just wakes up on the last chapter and everything else was a dream. That's basically the fucking gist, and we all hate a fucking story like that. So, when once I heard this, this little gist, I dug deep and I fucking read the last three chapters that Shonen Jump gives you for free. Just to jump in there, and holy fuck, I dig deeper and deeper and deeper, and I learned more and more and more about the story. Obviously, I don't know everything. I don't know who the fucking, I guess there's a little kid that gets eaten by Denji and summons like the whole fucking ending of the world. But basically, from what I understand, from all the perspectives that I heard and all the theories, um, basically, fucking, I'm already forgetting the little chainsaw guy's name. Hold on. Denji's, oh, Pochita. Pochika? Fuck. I'm already messing this up. I think it's Pochita, bro. Okay, you guys cannot judge me. It's Pochita. All right, so Pochita tells Denji that they've woken up and it's they got eaten. They're inside a demon, or they got eaten by a demon. And I'm not one to one. I'm not like these YouTubers that edit and take hours. I have a full-time fucking job. I have to fucking just ramble along. So hopefully you guys are sticking with me with this. And while we do this, I'll just put some fucking Chainsaw Man, fucking little edits here, I guess. But basically, Pochita tells this to you, Yuji. This isn't Jujutsu Kaisen. Tells this to fucking. God damn, dude, I'm already forgetting all this. Um, Denji, dude, holy shit. I'm fucking wiped out. My mind's going blank. So Denji is just talking about having sex, and he was about to have sex and he fucking died before he had sex. So then Pochita's like, oh, you loved being a, you went to the school that you wanted to, and you talked to the people that wanted to. You had the family that you wished for. Weren't you so happy when you were like fucking broke and dying? Even you can see heaven in a hell. That's what's so special about your brain, and kind of roasting him low key. But then he's just saying, basically, that he's gonna eat himself. He's just like, yo, I'm gonna eat myself and reset the whole world. See you later. Just fucking eats himself, and then Denji wakes up in the shack, and that's the last chapter, chapter 233. And I read this, and I read 232 and 31, and I heard a couple stories explaining this ending that goes vastly across the whole part one and part two. And basically, if you don't know, I think right now we're in part one of Chainsaw Man, and we're about to get part two. And I don't know, from my understanding, there's a part three. That's my guess. I haven't heard this yet in any of the videos that I've watched. But basically, they go back to episode one, where he's in the shed after Pochita eats himself. So he wakes up and he's like, "Oh, I had a really bad dream and it was really good." And we basically restart to episode one. And what happens is, all the events that conspired cease to exist. Nobody remembers anything. It's basically like a remake of the whole fucking thing. I know there's a better word for that, but I'm fucking brain fried right now. But basically, this goes on and we lose instead of Pochita coming to save Denji, it's um, the girl with the fucking red horns power, and she saves him. And then she says, "Oh, you have to make a contract with me, and but I'll keep you around, but you have to be my dog forever. I'll do a contract with you." I'll just fucking keep repeating this video. Who cares? But basically, they go out, and then he saves a girl from tripping that was supposed to kill someone if she tripped, from what I heard from the videos. So they prevented her from turning evil or something. And she's a really big character in part two. I think her name's Asa. But basically, she's like this devil, and he prevents that from happening. Also, it's very fucking confusing. I mean, it's when I first heard of it, I was like, yeah, this is a really shitty ending. But then the first YouTuber that I heard was like, hey, it's okay, it's a fine ending. I didn't know how to feel it. Everyone was roasting it and talking shit about it. I let it sit. I read it a couple times to let it sink in, and it was okay. It was just I got over it. It was an amazing journey. It is what it is. It's done now. You know, and honestly, I wish the anime was a little bit better, especially with the fights. I feel like I might be wrong, but I feel like they use CGI on it, which kind of looks pretty fucking lackluster sometimes. I mean, it's all over the place. But like I said, I saw Res Arc. It was fucking amazing. Season one was really good. Season two was really fucking good too. I like the whole concept. It's just not as good as Jujutsu Kaisen, in my opinion. But basically, I read 231, 232, 233, and from my conclusion, I just saw a bunch of fucking bugs coming and just killing everyone, and they said that there was no blood left. So that was it for them, and they both went out, and then they got fucking teleported to a like land world, of, like very like a hill, like peaceful with a big tree. And then Pochita sacrifices himself, and it starts the reboot. That's the word I was looking for. So it's a reboot, and we go back to the first episode. Which obviously, if you heard that as an anime fan, holy shit, it's fucking infuriating how we're watching this. We're on season two, one movie out. All this time is just wasted. It feels like complete waste of fucking time because basically everything we watched is a fucking in like it's imagination. So sorry guys, I'm a little sick. But basically, also I heard a couple theories. How like every Pochita did influence these people because they act different towards the end, and they're acting like the people that they're not acting like themselves from the beginning that we first saw. So it did happen, which is a lackluster copium. Just, it's just a get out of free jail card. The really good theory that I heard, and I mean, it's okay, like it made me feel like I really love this fucking anime, and the movie is amazing. And despite a couple things, I have a review out if you want to watch it. But basically, everything is a good journey. I enjoyed it, so I'm just gonna eat it like a meal, and it's good entertainment. It was a good story while it lasted. There's also theories that the creator of this manga got very entangled with, the girl that's with him at in the last three chapters, and the main character Denji, and he couldn't pick one, so or I don't know if it's a he or she, but the author of this, he, I'm just gonna say he for now. He basically said that they basically think that he got just like tired of it and didn't want to keep continuing the story. It was probably gonna take another like 5 arcs to explain it, or another 500 chapters to just flesh it out. Um, but also there's fucking another theory that I did like that sat well with me. That's Pochita sacrificed himself, and he is like a god that comes when humanity needs him, and he self-sacrifices himself when it did a reset to save humanity from this fuck, this doom, that was unpreventable. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do another review, and it's probably gonna be after I read all the chapters, so then you guys can come back if you guys want, or you could see the next video on how my perspective is on reading all of it and actually knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. So hopefully this is like a good insight. My perspective, yeah, first glance, it's shit. It's probably more fleshed out, but come on, we gotta enjoy everything we got so far. The story was pretty good, the characters were pretty good. This is one of the animes that came out when all the animes were all like bright and cheery and shit. No one was dying, so that was a good change of pace. This kind of storytelling where it gets fucked up. They talk about very severe issues, and very like fucking, they talk about depression. Um, essay, like stuff like that, and which is really dark, deep, and like one of the main characters does fucking die from what I've heard and been spoiled, but I'm just gonna read it and I'll let you guys know how I think after I've read it fully fledged out. But yeah, that's about it. I'll talk to you guys later, and peace out.